Two bigs ready to go.
Hey,
go after it.
You don't blame them, right? These two teams have waited the longest time. One of the longest times here to tip off in the NCAA tournament. Saturday night, one of the latest tips here today. And that's a way to get it started. Jericho Sims with the flush.
Good job. Excellent pass. The ball zipped around and got into that paint. And you saw Sims just finish that with ease.
You see Corian Mason, number 20 in purple. He's wearing that face mask. He broke his nose in the last game in the Southland Conference Championship. And it's the first time that he's playing with that mask. We watched them practice a couple days ago, and he was kind of fiddling with it. Now, the head coaching staff told us they had to go on Amazon, literally, to order that thing.
Yeah, because they were in quarantine. They couldn't go out. And one thing about Mason, he's their guy that always on the floor, the leader in taking charges. He's their scrappy guy that just mixes it up.
Pleasant gets his first look and misses everything on that. You know, this start will be huge here for the Wildcats. They're making their second NCAA tournament appearance. They played Kentucky 2 years ago and did not have a very good start in that game. Jones will take the triple try. Meanwhile, it still is a good start here for Texas, up 5-0.
Sweet jump shot by Jones, and then Texas Longhorns, they're fired up right now, trying to send a message early to this Wildcats group.
The 3 seed looks good in the first couple of possessions. Mason gets turned away.
This is their stabilizer, Lisa.
Yeah,
going down to him.
Being challenged. He looked good on that, huh? Jump hook.
There's nothing you can do. He's not very athletic, but he has great feel, great touch, soft hands. He can get shots.
And an offensive foul call that time.
Just watching. Get down on the post. Sims, we know, is very athletic, but nothing you can do when he puts that big body on you, taking away your athletic ability. On the Wildcats, I go right back down to Big Colton.
Colton Cole, all Southland Conference first team for the Wildcats this year. A player who grew up about 100 miles outside of campus from Abilene Christian that sits in Abilene, Texas. Mason probing. He shoots with the left hand. Cole with the offensive rebound put back. That's not there. How about a third opportunity and threw it right into the hands of Ramey.
Thought he should have took the shot again. Really missed it.
Yeah, I'm surprised he passed it up.
They are scrambling. I'm loving these Wildcats, the way they fly around defensively.
Ooh, Coleman.
They're #1 in the nation in forcing turnovers.
Yeah, plus 6.7 turnover margin. Also tops in the country. Clay Gaiman has checked in. And one and done that time on that possession.
Good box out by Sims.
And here is Sims on the transition. A 7-2 charge.
Sims' athletic ability to run the court is tough for Cole. And if you're the Wildcats, you're going to have to help him. Somebody's going to have to bump, maybe give up some open shots in transition. Because Sims is going to outrun Cole throughout the night.
Outside of Cole, this Abilene Christian team is undersized against Texas. They're actually rated as the smallest team in the NCAA tournament field this year. There's a pull-up jumper from Mason.
Good job by Mason. Showing the basketball, one dribble pull-up.
And you notice he took off that face mask. Only lasted a couple of possessions.
Well, we watched practice. It was bothering him the entire practice. Good rebound by Sims. And look at the athletes from Texas getting out and running. And there's Jones. That's an air ball.
Oh, yeah. They're struggling from deep.
Watch this pass. And that's Sims. You can see Cole just trying to get somebody to help him just for a second so he can get back.
Jace Febris will be checking in for Coleman for the first time. Febris, such a good story for Texas. A Houston native, of course, coming back from microfracture surgery on his knee. This will be the 13th game that he's played for the Longhorns this year.
Wildcats are smaller right now, but they have two guys in with some girth. As you can see, Pleasant back in the game, and also Arian Simmons. He goes 6'5", 264. Lisa, good hands, can play, can knock down the jump shot. You're leaving him open.
Here's Pleasant, trying to go back door. Quick hands from Greg Brown. Out and running. Ramey, spin move, rolls off the rim.
Beautiful move. I don't know how that one didn't go down. Look at the hustle. Makai Morris getting back.
Pleasant's calling for it. Boy, does he want it.
Yes, indeed. Good pump fake, good kick out to Reggie Miller. He didn't knock that one down.
Waiting to say that name.
I got nightmares of looking at that three.
Right, in case you're wondering, no relation. Should I say the other Reggie Miller? They always say everything's a little bit bigger in Texas. How about this? 17's in the NCAA tournament, tied for most in a single state in tournament history. And you see there that Texas has done it a couple of times. And you're watching two of those Texas teams here tonight.
A little 1-2-2 token press just to slow down this Texas team.
Greg Brown, I was watching him in warm-up, Smitty, and he was camping out and hitting shots just like that in the pregame.
This is a very talented freshman for Shaka Smart. Can't wait till fans get a chance to see his athleticism on display and him being able to space the floor and knock down threes. Shooting 32%, but has a great stroke. Good job by Coleman breaking down the defense. And look at the freshman. Leaving that follow through. He's excited, knocking down his first bucket in March Madness.
Yeah, but Coleman on the other end, by the way, has picked up his second personal for Texas. He's out of the game right now here for the Longhorns. Feeding Arian Simmons for his first touch of the game. He's a fun player to watch for the Wildcats.
Has all type of feel for the game. You look at his size, moves laterally, pretty good, can catch, good hands, make passes. He's dynamic for Coach Golden coming off the bench.
In the semifinals, he had 14 points in 14 minutes and hit 3 threes. Remember to watch the Masters live on Paramount Plus for coverage of featured groups, Amen Corner, and holes 15 and 16. Go to ParamountPlus.com and try it for free. Simmons makes good on the second. And again, right now, Texas playing without Matt Coleman, sitting on the bench with a couple of personals.
A little 1-2-2, trying to slow down the pace a little bit for Texas.
4 buckets on 4 assists for Texas right now, Smitty.
I know they're running that offense, but they got to throw it right down into Sims, and he does a good job of getting it out. Look at the Wildcats scramble. I love it. That's good D.
Here comes Reggie Miller. They might be small, but they're scrappy, that's for sure. Jab step for Pleasant, and he hits from the baseline.
10-7. The Wildcats are hanging in with the Longhorns early.
Andrew Jones, the no-looker, to Febres in the corner. Not there. Sims was paddling for it. Miller getting on the deck to save that ball.
Look at the bench of the Wildcats. They are energized and they are in it.
Simmons feeding Pleasant. Had the last bucket for the Wildcats. Now, and Simmons took his eye off of that pass. And Miller somehow retains it. 3 seconds on the shot clock, and Pleasant drills the 3.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
And look at the Wildcats. I am feeling this energy in the building.
6-0 run. Abilene Christian.
They
Backdoor look. Oh, what that move. The spin move from Jones. We'll keep it here. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Yes, he did, Smitty. Yes, he did.
Get on the ground, Reggie. And then Joe Pleasant knocks it down from the top of the key. And Joe Pleasant doesn't shoot it bad from 3. Shoots 47%. Big fella doesn't take a lot. 19 of 40 coming into this game.
Yeah, you said it. Not a lot of attempts, but that percentage is the best on the team when he does decide to shoot it, even with 3 seconds left on the shot clock.
And they play a lot of players. 9 guys for the Wildcats. They play 14 or more minutes, so it's going to be a lot of subs, a lot of rotation. And I see why. The way they play defense, they get after it.
Pleasant again, this time being defended by Ramey.
See, Shaka Smart has gone small. Might be playing right into the hands of the Wildcats.
Pleasant can't get it, into the rebound of Kai Jones. Courtney Ramey down the lane, and what do we have here? We got an offensive foul on Ramey.
Damian Daniels, 5'7". Watch the rotation on this play. Courtney Ramey going downhill, and then there's 4 or 5 guys that's just swarm.
Abilene Christian defense this year. Joe Golding is best friends with Chris Beard out of Texas Tech. And you talk to some of the Wildcats program, people involved within the Wildcats program, they sometimes equate it to Texas Tech light kind of defense. You see a lot of similarities with them.
They're front. Colton Cole. Good hands by Jones.
Game it. Little finger roll finish for 2. Abilene Christian has the first lead of the game.
He's skilled. Loves to face up and put it on the deck.
Texas has been scoreless in 3+ minutes. Cole committing the foul. That'll be his first.
Don't finger roll it like that, Clay. I love it. 12-10 Wildcats.
Our studio update guys are not nice to you, Smitty.
That's my guy, Matt Weiner. He said sorry.
He did, you're right.
Missouri lost right too as well, right? Today. He went to Missouri.
Matt, you listening? Let's check in with, speaking of listening, Lauren Shahadi was listening to Shaka Smart, right? Eavesdropping, right? Yes,
Lisa,
on the sideline.
An 8-0 run with Coleman on the bench. We saw that 3 by Pleasant. I'm over here by the Texas bench. Coach Smart was just saying, out. Don't let them drive. Force ACU to compose themselves and beat us from the outside. And Steve, we're seeing they're capable of it.
So far, you're totally right, Lauren. I think also the Texas Longhorns going to have to match the energy of the Wildcats.
And we got a 10-second violation. How about that?
On that possession, they did a little pressure, and it bothered the Wildcats.
Again, keep in mind, Matt Coleman checked out of this game at the 15:03 mark when he picked up his second personal. Abilene Christian, you see him there on the sideline. Abilene Christian on an 8-0 run without Coleman on the court.
I love Lauren gave us that little nugget, what Shaka's talking about. Trying to keep them on the outside, and so far everything's going well for the Wildcats. And I think for the Texas Longhorns, just to settle down, try to get the basketball into the paint. Right there to Sims.
Sims and the repost coming. With 1 on the shot clock, he's got to put it up, and he didn't do it in time, made the bucket. But it wasn't before the shot clock expired. That's the 5th turnover for Texas.
Communication by the guards, and if you're the Longhorns, you got to talk to Sims. Let him know how much time is on the shot clock.
See what this pressure does this time to the Wildcats. They get it across.
If I'm the Wildcats, I'm going right into Cole.
He got a touch, but he fed Gaiman that time from the corner.
Clay has game. He is confident, and that is a charge.
On Kai Jones.
And look who took it. Mason took off his mask. He leads him in charge taken. He was right there.
And we told you that Corian Mason broke his nose in the conference championship game. And as you mentioned, Smitty, he didn't have time to get fitted for a mask, so they literally had to go on Amazon. Well, if he threw it off, I hope they kept the receipt so he could return it after this game.
Look at the motion offense. He's trying to take some time and some clock, trying to break down this Longhorns team, making them trying to stay disciplined.
Good defense by Texas, and Sims tipping it away. Off and running, here come the Longhorns. And it's Mason again committing the foul.
Mason stays on the deck. 15-11 lead by the Wildcats, and I'm Texas right now. I know Matt Coleman is not there, but Andrew Jones, a guard, and also Courtney Ramey, they have to be able to run this point guard position and also get this team settled down.
Now there's the mask, and Mason gonna sit down right next to that mask because he's picked up 2 fouls. So now 2 key guards, 1 for each team. We've got Matt Coleman still sitting out for Texas with 2 fouls, and Corian Mason now sitting out for Abilene Christian. Deep triple try attempt for Andrew Jones. Not gonna miss that time.
If you're the Wildcats, you can't go under on the screen and rolls with Jones. His stroke is just too sweet.
We've reached about the midway point here of the first half. Gaiman taking it inside this time. And Cole going to go for the tip. It'll stay right here for the Wildcats. Watch live games on your computer, phone, tablet, or streaming device with NCAA March Madness Live. Watch now at ncaa.com/March Madness or download the app today. Kai Morris has checked back in for the Wildcats. And Damian Daniels out to Cole, the 15-footer.
Not a lot of dribbling in half court for the Wildcats. It's body movement, ball movement, off the pass, and spacing.
3-point edge now for Abilene Christian.
Good pass high.
Febres for 3. That's what he can do. He shoots 40% from back there. I mentioned this is only his 13th game playing this season.
6'11", Kai Jones doing a nice job of drawing the defenders and kicking it out.
And someone forgot about Cole.
How can you? Big as he is.
7 feet, 240 it happened. Jones with the crossover.
Look at their closeouts.
They are relentless defensively. Jones jumping up to get that one and finding Andrew Jones on the perimeter.
I mean, this is beautiful.
Ramey, that's pretty beautiful as well.
I like both. Defensively, the flying around by the Wildcats. Ball moving by the Texas Longhorns from side to side. And you saw that Damian Daniels was matched up against Kai Jones down on the block. He's 5'7" versus a 6'11" guy. They got it to him, but they swarmed him.
That one rimming out. We had to wait a long time to see this matchup finally tip off late Saturday night, but it is well worth the wait here so far. Texas shooting 5 of 9 from 3, 56% from distance. And they give it up. Daniels doesn't have the numbers.
Or the size against Sims.
He's listed at 5'7". So when you're listed at 5'7",
you're probably 5'6". Thought a mixed opportunity right there for Cole. He had Jones. He went with the fadeaway. Should have backed it down, at least drew a double team.
Jones almost lost it. Febres to Ramey. Longhorns moving the basketball, and Jones got hacked that time by Gaiman. It'll be the first on Clay Gaiman. The Texas two-step. Ooh, and the big dance. Both teams showing up on this Saturday night. Get complete coverage of the NCAA Division I Women's Tournament on NCAA.com. A look at the stats up to this point. Smitty, your eyes went to the turnover story.
Yeah, it did. I mean, right now, you know, Texas they struggle with turning the basketball over, and it's 7 points for the Wildcats off these turnovers and only 2 fast break points. So all these numbers that you think the Longhorns should be capitalizing on, and so far so good for the Wildcats. And points in the paint is 4-4. Wildcats and Longhorns, so that's a plus for the Wildcats in my opinion.
Kai Jones at the free throw line. Again, Clay Gaiman picking up his first personal to send him there. And Kai Jones again starting in the place of Greg Brown for the second straight time. Shaka Smart saying that he's been so good at the beginning of games for us, including that Big 12 tournament championship game against Oklahoma State. And here is Greg Brown, who has, we were watching him at practice, and you were wowing about all kinds of potential that he has.
For sure. Shoots the basketball. Not bad for a freshman.
Challenging the big man, and the tip dunk that time by Joe Pleasant.
Kai Morris went right into the teeth of the defense. And then Pleasant was right there to clean it up. But Greg Brown is a super elite athlete.
There he is, he gives it up. And just relentless is that Wildcat defense, leading to a transition bucket. Miller with the finish.
23-22 Wildcats. And they're getting after it defensively.
Offensive foul call.
And look at their bench. They are having fun. The energy is there. And you look on the other side for the Longhorns. They are in shock right now. Oh, you gotta love this, Lisa. Look at the expressions right there.
That is
we are
amazing.
definitely here in March Madness.
That is amazing. We've got our own little Saturday night basketball party from Lucas Oil Stadium. Really good crowds turning out for both of these fan bases. A lot of orange in the building and a lot of purple. It's not exactly around the corner, Indianapolis from Texas either. Had to work to get here.
What has helped the Wildcats is Matt Coleman with those 2 fouls. He's back in the game.
Simmons air ball.
Simmons shot that one. He thought that was going in too. He followed through, was looking at it. That was all air.
You got to try to make it look good at the end.
Some kind of way they got to break down this defense. Or the Wildcats got to get themselves into the paint. They're getting sped up right now. And on the pass in the air, there's a Wildcat defender on the catch of the Longhorns. They're right there.
And Coleman has checked back in here for Texas. Remember, he sat out since the 15-minute mark of the first half. Andrew Jones, who's got 2 fouls, is out of this game now for the Longhorns, and Ramey's in trouble. Coleman, who's been sitting for a while, had to put it up.
I mean, they scrap.
And Daniels is quick. He might not be tall, but he can hustle a little bit. Morris for 3, not there. Pleasant tried it again.
I mean, Pleasance is down there by himself fighting with 3 Longhorns. And I think that's a jump ball, Lisa. Kudos to him. And look at him on the defense right now. Slide your feet, use your chest. He's active hands. That's a beautiful job against a guard. How many times, Lisa, so far we've shown some defensive possessions where the Wildcats getting after it?
Like almost every possession. And that's part of the reason why they've gotten to this point. Part of the reason why they've won 23 basketball games coming into tonight. 4 to shoot. Daniels has to do something. He'll fire away and missing everything.
Good defense by the Longhorns, and especially Coleman stayed down, didn't go for any fakes at all. Very disciplined on that end defensively for the Longhorns.
Abilene Christian now 0 for their last 4. And Texas in a little bit of a scoring drought too. 2 minutes and counting for the Longhorns. Coleman, it's got to be tough. He's been sitting for a while. He gets bumped that time by Simmons, who picks up his first.
Coleman is their leader. He does a little bit of everything for this team. He can score it, he finds. He's their senior. He's going to have to lead them right now and calm them down and get them back into their offensive rhythm.
You used the word calm. That's the word that Shaka Smart uses to describe his point guard as well. Williams giving it up to Coleman. And there is his first 2 of the game. With a little smile.
Yeah, he's trying to give his Longhorns fans, team some confidence. Good move by Reggie Miller.
Blew past Coleman that time, and Pleasant getting wrapped up. Here they come. Texas trying to run, and the reach-in foul by Morris. Lauren, you've got more on Coleman.
how he's calm. Shaka and Coleman's relationship, it goes back to 8th grade. He wanted Coleman bad, but so did Coach K at Duke. Coach told me it takes a special kind of kid to say no when Duke calls. Coach Smart says, I'm so type A, go, go, go. Matt's taught me how to enjoy life. He's shown me the pure joy you get from this game. We'll be friends for life.
I love that, Lauren. It's the yin and the yang of their relationship, and it has worked. As you mentioned, it started in 8th grade, and it's worked for the 4 years in Austin, Texas. Coleman with the step back three, just off the front rim, and the battle for the Roos ball. Royce Ham has checked it for the first time. And here's Williams.
I am loving Daniels at 5'7", battle with everybody he's close to.
And Corian Mason is back in this game for Abilene Christian, playing with the two personals. Arion Simmons thought about it. Contact is made. Simmons will take it to the rack. Good contest by Texas that time.
Yes, by Ham. Did a nice job without fouling.
Those quick hands. Daniels just like right at waist level, you can see. And Daniels not shot.
He looks like he's a little fatigued right now. He's been battling down there, boxing out.
Ramey trying to work for himself, and he finds Jones. Beautiful feed and a nice finish by Kai Jones.
And look at Daniels right now for the Wildcats. He is slow coming up. 3 minutes and 23 seconds left. They're down 3. If you're the Wildcats, you just want to make possessions good right now.
Yeah, you got to feel that this could be a turning point here for Abilene Christian. 3-point edge here for Texas. Got about 3 minutes and some change left to play in the first half.
Well, we want to show you a defensive package by the Wildcats. They get out and they hustle, effort. They dive on the floor. They have forced 10 turnovers so far in the nations. They're #1. They force teams into 20 turnovers. They get after it, as you can see, and this turns into some offense. But look at them scrambling, deflection. Guys getting out. Reggie Miller on the break. They are playing extremely hard, and I am loving it. Who does this remind you of, Lisa, a little bit?
A little bit like the VCU Shaka Smart teams.
Yes, when they created havoc as well. That was more full court. This isn't a half court situation.
So again, kind of Texas Tech base. We actually asked Shaka Smart what this Abilene Christian defense looked like to him. He kind of compared it even to the Brad Underwood Oklahoma State days. But speaking of the VCU teams, how about the Final Four team? Going from the first 4 to the Final Four in 2011, 10 years ago.
And look at Shaka.
Look at the bald Shaka.
First team to advance in the Final Four from the first 4.
And the new Shaka. He's going to have to keep that due if they keep winning Big 12 championships like they did in the tournament this year. He hears it all the time, right? Because it just looks so different, like his look. But that was his own pregame routine. Sometimes he would shave his own head after shoot-around.
All these years, I thought he was bald.
So did everybody else.
Way to fool us, Shaka.
Step back won't fall there for Andrew Jones. Abilene is 0 for its last 8 offensively. And they started red hot, as you can see there. And it came in, that's a fadeaway. Jones coming down with it. But there's 5 purple jerseys getting back.
Yeah, Kai Jones defensively made it tough for play to knock that one down. Beautiful move by Mason, good pass.
Final 2 minutes of the half. Tobias Cameron with the feed. And Gaiman, it got stuck. It'll be a jump ball.
Love the recognition by Sims. Quickly came over and been able to block that shot. Great pump fake by Clay. We got a wedgie.
Our first of the tournament.
I think it was our second.
Was it? I was never good at math. Miller trying to change the corner.
Good collapse by the Longhorns defensively. Both teams right now, you look at it as a 3-point game. I want to finish this half strong.
Sims, I mean, there are hands and deflections everywhere. Ramey, they work it around. Good ball movement for Texas. Sims with the tip. Sims gonna try it again. 18 seconds on the shot clock.
It's 8 hands, 10 legs, everything when you catch it. The Wildcats are everywhere on every possession.
Coming up on the AT&T at the half, scores and highlights and the latest NCAA tournament news. That's all coming up on the AT&T at the half. Of course, the VCU Oregon story, one of the biggest here tonight. Oregon advancing because of multiple positive tests within the VCU program. And a foul committed there on Joe Pleasant.
It's a good job by Coleman. Understood that Pleasant's going to step out. They hedge extremely hard. He used his speed to draw that foul, get himself to the free throw line. Beautiful play.
Matt Coleman stepping to the free throw line. And we've talked about his cool, calm, and collected leadership manner. The free throws that he hit, he's short there, but the free throws that he hit to win it against Texas Tech in the Big 12 championship, absolutely clutch.
As a guard, when you come off these screens hard, you see the big guy hedging. And maybe in the second half, maybe throughout this game, then you start splitting these pick and rolls because they're hedging so hard.
And Cameron lost it. He'll go back to Texas. They got plenty of time to work with. Let's try to do a 2-for-1 if they want to. The 8th turnover for Abilene Christian.
I'm looking right now. I would love to see Coleman and Kai Jones run some kind of pick and roll and make Colton Cole come out and be able to hedge. See if the big fella can move his feet against Coleman.
Well, they're going to chew up some shot clock time here. Coleman to Jones with 8 to shoot. And he walked with it. Not the possession that the Longhorns wanted. The 12th turnover.
Great defensive recognition. They understood Cole had to sprint out to Coleman. And Daniels was right there because he knew Cole was going to get beat. Love to see if they can get Colton Cole a touch right now down on the block.
A 6+ minute scoring drought. 6.5 and counting for Abilene Christian. And yet they're still only trailing by 3. Here's Mason. 5 now to shoot. Daniels puts it up. That touched every part of the rim and popped out. On the push, Ramey. Oh, what an exclamation point to the half for Kai Jones. Kaboom for Texas, ending on a 6-0 run to end the half. And Mason coming off the floor, you saw it happen. Looked like he rolled his ankle.
Yeah, it does.
He's limping off.
Yeah, like he rolled it on that play.
Oh.
Boy, he's had a lot of little injuries throughout this tournament. Great finish by the Longhorns. Been able to push and get a dunk.
Again, in the last 5 minutes and 21 seconds, a 6-0 run here for Texas. The AT&T halftime show coming up after this. We are just moments away from beginning the second half. 28-23 is your score. We got the 3 versus the 14 matchup. Steve Smith and Lisa Byington with you. And Smitty, when you're talking about 15 of the 28 points for Texas coming from the three-point line.
Yes, they turned the basketball over, but when they didn't turn it over, they were able to make shots. They usually shoot about 35% from the three-point line. Wally Zerbiak in studio talked about it. They can flat out shoot the basketball, make the simple play, swing it around, and they get their feet set. They hit 5 of 12. They also was 10 for 21 from the field, but they had 12 turnovers. They just couldn't get enough shots.
Taking a look at the Pizza Hut first half stats, they've been able to survive, as you heard the studio talking about it, the 12 turnovers here for Texas for the lead. Lauren Shahadi, you had a chance to talk to the head coaches.
And that's exactly what Coach Smart said. He said, gosh, they are all over us. They're speeding us up, and that can't happen. Told me, I can deal with the 2 fouls for Jones and Coleman, but I can't deal with the charges. Avoid them. For ACU, we saw Corian Mason limping, favoring that right ankle during halftime. He sprained it late February. Coach said he's questionable, but overall, get this, Lisa and Steve. Coach Golding said, I believe we can win this now more than I did at the beginning of this game.
Wow, what a statement.
Yes, indeed. He believes in his team. Why not? They're going toe-to-toe with the Longhorns.
Abilene Christian played Texas Tech and Arkansas in the regular season, and Kai Jones is a huge contributor in the first half, and he opens up with the first points of the second.
Averages about 9 points a game, and he has 9 right now. He's 3 for 3, 3 for 4 from the free throw line. He's been the one guy that's been very consistent.
The reverse won't fall that time for Pleasant, and one and done as Texas cleans it up. Coleman only played half the time in the first half. You heard Lauren say that he's playing with 2 fouls, and there is another bucket for Jones.
Kai Jones, what a nice Euro step by the big fella. Agile.
Corian Mason not playing 100%. Has dealt with a concussion in January. He missed 3 games, and Abilene Christian turns it over.
Watch Kai. Remind you, he's 6'11" now.
Right.
Being able to do this.
We don't see many 6'11" guys doing that.
Nice little Euro step and a layup.
What a move for Coleman, but he can't get the finish. Talk about acceleration to the rim. And Daniels for 3. He's been well off the mark, and Mason with the cleanup job.
Mason is right there, just playing through these injuries. Broken nose, sprained ankle.
We were talking about him at halftime. He's the guy that'll take the charges, the blue-collar worker, kind of the junkyard dog, if you will. There's a reason why he was on the all-defensive team. Bumps and bruises, black and blue, throughout the season.
Did you see Daniels? He got picked off by Sims. Cole came up and stepped up on Ramey for him. And he just took away Sims with his body, even though he's 5'7".
Mason thought about it, passes it up. He's got the mismatch right now with Sims defending him. And from behind, Jones almost got him. Mason now has got to do something. 9 on the shot clock. Mason with the jump stop, draws the foul, gets it to drop for the and one.
He's taking his time. He was dribbling and fumbling it. You don't see that much on the offensive set from the Wildcats. They usually move it. But Mason wheeled this one in. Strength and perseverance for him. This young man has a lot of injuries and playing right through it.
And now 2 on Ramey. So 2 on Coleman, 2 on Jones, and 2 on Ramey. The top 3 guards for Texas.
Let's see what Sims have down on their block. They don't go to their big men on the block much.
Ramey with the hesitation move. Again, the good ball movement by the Longhorns. Jones, a no look to Sims.
If the Longhorns can do that, Lisa, move the basketball around, not dribble it against this pressure defense and this scrambling, they can get easy buckets just like that.
Jones has picked up 4 assists already. Mason, a lefty shot. And Coleman ripping it down. Kai Jones, he walked with it. A little too much of the step on the step back. Who envisioned greatness today? Tune in to Inside March Madness presented by Buick and find out. We've had most of our upsets coming on Friday, but the upset of the night, at least, the 13-4 upset, Ohio over Virginia.
I didn't get a chance to watch that one, but everybody talked about it. And looking on social media how well the Ohio Bobcats played.
Good job Jeff Bowles has done as well. Jason Preston, too, could become one of the faces, if he hasn't already, of the NCAA tournament.
Tell you what, Allie LaForce, our colleague, I think she went to Ohio. She's excited and
She
happy.
did. She played hoops at Ohio.
She did.
Backing down, Gaiman. He's got 2 shots coming up. Sims committed the foul.
Gaiman does a nice job. Bumps you, release pressure, footwork, and then use of the pump fake. Got himself a trip to the free throw line. And I like they're playing with confidence and smiles. Still only down 2 possessions.
Time to take a break, Smitty. Unbelievably delicious Coke Orange Vanilla on the mind. Tastes nothing like a basketball, but also has something orange and round.
I can't believe the other day you said that goes well.
With PB&J. I only said
jelly.
that because I thought you were going to get on the train because I realized that, like myself, you are a big PB&J fan.
Gotta have a
And you gave me the Heisman on that.
orange vanilla Coke by himself. With some
I
chips.
thought PB&J goes well with anything.
Milk.
Well played.
Good steal.
Take away. Simmons, the big fella, going the distance. And the follow is there. It's Morris.
A little pressure right now. I mean, look at the score right now, 34-32. Longhorns up. They come out and hedge hard.
Yes, they do. But they leave Sims open because of that. And they couldn't recover in time.
Watch this, little hedge, look at the quick hands. And then beating him down the court, misses the layup. But right there is Mekhi Morris. 3 Wildcats is following up. The Longhorns, they didn't get it back.
And the second on Gaiman. Jericho Sims flirting with the rim in all kinds of directions. Sims is a player that stayed all 4 years. Came in with Mo Bamba in the same class. I'm a college fan, and I like seeing guys being able to develop at the college level.
He has. And he's put on a lot of weight, some strength. You see his shoulders from his freshman year.
Yeah, a lot of that to their strength and conditioning coach, Andrea Hootie, who's worked with him a lot in the offseason. But he has definitely built a solid foundation. We got a jump ball. We'll keep it here. 4-point edge here for Texas. Points are at a premium, if you will. Our tournament summary and the breaking news with VCU and Oregon declared no contest due to COVID-19 protocols within the VCU program. So Oregon advances and Virginia falling to Ohio, as we had mentioned. Well, we mentioned going into the break, Andrea Hootie. She is the strength and conditioning coach here for Texas. She spent 15 years at Kansas, 9 years at UConn, and within her time there, look at some of the players that she's worked with. Now, keep in mind, she has worked intensely with about 50 players who have gone to the NBA.
That is an impressive list. Champions, MVP caliber players, Joel Embiid, Ray Allen, Tough Juice, Karan Butler. That's impressive.
And Shaka Smart hiring her away from Kansas in her second year in that position at Texas, and one of the most highly regarded in her profession. Gaiman with the triple try, not there.
Good look.
2 of 10 shooting from 3 for the Wildcats.
Love that Coleman is settling them down.
That's what he does. It's his MO. Work it around to Jones. He had a couple of those in the first half. Not that time. He's now 2 of 4.
Beautiful box out by Makai Morris. Pace is slowed down a little bit right now. This favors the Longhorns.
Simmons thought about it, and he'll take it. 0 for 2 from back there. Simmons without a bucket so far in this game. His only point coming at the free throw line.
Good recovery.
Jones to Ham. And a blocking foul called.
Let's see that one again. Play did a good job of coming over.
What you think?
Could be a no call, but I didn't think it was a blocking call.
I mean, you raised your eyebrows, so I could only guess what your answer was going to be. That's 3 on Gaiman. Why do I feel like he gave that look to Judd Heathcote once or twice?
No, never. Not at all.
At least not while he was looking, right? 16 turnovers for Texas.
He should take me out and I get to the bench and I just tap Tom Izzo's time for me to go back in. Sit here too long. Wildcats right now trying to find somewhere where they can go offensively. Ball just has to move. Oh, okay.
A deep triple try. It was contested too. Makai Morris didn't care.
Well, you know what? Go for it, young fella. Contested, no dribble, 3-pointer. Energy back from the bench for the Wildcats. They're jumping around.
Just the 27th three-point make this season here from Morris. You can feel a little juice now coming from the Wildcat fan base in this building. Febres giving it up, and another turnover.
That is 17 turnovers for the Longhorns.
Pleasant. Shut down.
Good job. Way not to force it.
Quick hands here from Jones. 11 on the shot clock. I mean, not a lot of scoring in this game, Smitty. Let's not kid ourselves, but the intensity in this game is high.
It is. This favors the Wildcats. They want to just keep it close. They're a 14 seed playing against the Texas Longhorns.
4 to shoot. And Miller, high off the glass. His basketball prayer was answered.
Got to have a little luck. And the Wildcats on that shot by Reggie Miller. We are in Indiana. Wildcats up 1.
Well, Siri, were you expecting this? I mean, the 14 leading the 3 seed. The Bleacher Report app is home to all the action from around the tournament. Find your community by following your teams. Fan easier, fan faster, fan better. Download the Bleacher Report app today.
Good job. They tried to change the angle on that pick and roll. Still swarming defense by the Wildcats. Love for Coleman to find some kind of way.
Smitty, how about Texas this half? 3 buckets to the 5 turnovers. Not the ratio that they want. Here's 5 on the shot clock. Baseline jumper for Ramey. Not there.
No, not at all. It's the turnovers. I mean, you look at the shooting for the Texas Longhorns. They're shooting close to 47% from the field. They were shooting 41% at the half from 3.
Contrast it to the Wildcats ratio, 5 buckets to 1 turnover in this second half. But a combined 8 buckets here so far. We've played 8 minutes in this second half. And Miller, Texas was walling up. He's got back-to-back buckets for Abilene Christian.
No, Reggie Miller didn't. Showed him the strong side. Showed him his bicep. He's 6 feet 150.
part of a 7-0 run. Miller shining a little bit. The Wildcats shining a little bit. And the fans smelling a little upset. Texas, what kind of response do they have? Our game summary and those turnovers continue to tell the story.
Yes, 18 turnovers and points off turnovers for the Wildcats is 21. They're leading in second chance points 8-0. Bench points 13-6.
Out of the timeout. Season high for turnovers, if you're wondering, for Texas is 21. And early February against Oklahoma State, they lost that game in double overtime.
Good post-up matchup right here. Sims and Pleasant.
Pleasant going right at him, lefty style off the glass.
Good scramble.
And Simmons commits the foul.
Good call. Watch Pleasant down there on the block. Sims, that's a good job. Nothing you can do right there, but wall up, verticality. He just makes a tough shot. Well, the pressure is starting to mount for the Longhorns. So keep looking at that clock when you're down.
The score this half, by the way, between the two teams, 18-8. Jones well off the mark. Smitty, that's interesting. When you've been a higher seed where you feel like the lower seed is getting closer and closer to an upset. How do you handle that if you're Texas?
Well, I think for Texas right now, you stay with your fundamentals. You just can't turn the basketball up for them. They got to get the ball up to the glass. And they have some athletes. And as you can see right here, they just get spread out and got to do the little things, box out, the fundamentals. Reggie Miller, 6 feet, 150, grabs that rebound.
Yeah, one of the smallest guys on the court, getting it out to Mason. And another opportunity for Abilene Christian. A foul committed there on the floor.
Now that was tough for Matt Coleman. You know, you look at his size, 6'2", 180, trying to box out Simmons, who's 6'5", 264, did a nice job, but he did foul him.
And that'll be the third on Coleman. Took a while for him to pick up his third. Oh, look out. Brock Cunningham hitting the deck hard.
You see Mason with the pump faking. Wow. He came down hard.
Cunningham is known for his toughness and trying to generate some extra possessions. He's going to sacrifice his body. He certainly did that on that possession. 12-3 advantage on the O boards. And you see the second chance point story. Go to shoot. Yeah, Mason got to put it up. That was partially blocked that time by Ramey.
Too much dribbling on that possession by Mason.
Coleman taking it all the way for two.
Good job. Just got to stay solid if you're Longhorns. Stay solid. He's known to just raise up.
Can't get that to drop.
That's one he'd love to have back. Looked like he was trying to use the backboard, but then at the last second tried to drop it in.
And Simmons once again picks up some chinsies. That'll be the third personal on Simmons.
Coach Golden doing a nice job trying to keep these guys fresh. Coming back with Cole and also Gaiman.
Joe Golding believes that maybe this team might be a deeper team than his tournament team a couple years ago. But he said this year, compared to that team, it's a little bit different. because we were the hunted this year. Remember that this Abilene Christian program elevated from the D2 level to the D1 level just a few years ago. Coleman, the runner, falls.
Coleman starting to take over this ball game. Two nice plays, nice little floater, nice little drive. Wildcats still up 1. Momentum changing a little bit right now. Want to get a good possession offensively if you're the Wildcats.
Gaiman will take it all the way. And draw the foul there on Sims. Here's another look at Coleman.
Double team on Sims. Got a chance to get Coleman a nice little look. That's a beautiful floater. Pace of the game has slowed down, Lisa, and the Wildcats still hanging in there, up 1 at the free throw line.
After all the games are over, our studio team will have all the highlights and analysis on Inside March Madness, presented by Buick. It's coming up next, only on True TV.
High pick and roll right now with Coleman. Some kind of way, if you're the Texas Longhorns, with Matt Coleman with the basketball, you keep Coach Cole in all these pick and rolls.
Here it comes. That hard hedge coming out by the Wildcats. They give it back to Coleman, who's got the defensive matchup with Daniels. And the foul committed there on Daniels. That'll be his first.
He's the one guy on this Wildcats team defensively. Cole, it's hard for him to move laterally. So I would try to set it up even higher for Coleman to get a running start. Way above the three-point line to be able to draw some space, because he should get downhill, Coleman. He has to hedge hard under their defensive scheme and then get back to protect the paint.
Ramey from deep. Sims with an offensive rebound.
And Sims doing a nice job of being able to extra possession. He has 7 rebounds to go with 8 points. Still would love to see them run some kind of high pick and roll with these guards.
You talked about it at the beginning, and everybody knows who's followed Texas basketball. Those 3 guards make Texas go. Here's one of them, Coleman for 3. That's short.
Did you see that play? That box out from Tobias Cameron. Textbook. Well, we have a ball game, Lisa. Wildcats up 3.
Lisa, Smitty, Lauren, the Pac-12 is now 5-0, and that doesn't include Oregon, which is also advanced.
All right, thank you for that. Will we have Abilene Christian or Texas to meet UCLA? That's the question.
Good cut, recover.
Sims with the pump fake, and he draws the foul.
Good job by Sims. Love the game he's played. Right now, the Texas Longhorns, the guards, you see, they got their feet in the paint, made a pass, and that just breaks down the defense of the Wildcats, and then you come up with something positive.
Well, Gaiman picks up his 4th. Lauren, what more do you have?
Yeah, over by the Texas bench, Coach Smart telling his team, take care of the basketball. Forget about the turnovers. They're behind us. Be careful with the ball.
18 turnovers in this game. Again, the season high for Texas is 21. Smitty, you pointed out the 3-point shooting here for Texas. They have not hit a 3-point shot in the second half. 0 for 5.
Yeah, they were 5 for 12 shooting it particularly well in the first half, and like you said, 0 for 5 right now. But the Wildcats have kept them off the free throw line, and Lauren talked about it. As Coach Smart said, don't worry about the turnovers, they're behind you. But they have to worry about the Wildcats are in front of them, because they're putting pressure.
Cunningham tips it away.
27 rebounds for the Wildcats to the Longhorns. 24 there, plus 3 in that area as well. Still no second chance points for the Texas Longhorns.
And they're going to switch out basketballs.
I haven't seen that happen before, Lisa.
That's a first, at least for us, in the NCAA tournament. Daniels has a quick trigger at some points. He'll take it inside this time. Didn't have the angle. Sims is blocked by Sims.
Good job by Sims.
Mason with the hesitation. Taking it all the way off the glass for two. A three-point edge for the Wildcats.
They've had about 3 or 4 of those where they just get it up on the glass. Looks like they're looking at the square. There's some kind of way, throw it up to the square, and it's going in.
The entire Abilene Christian bench is on its feet watching this. The push here for Daniels, and he left it short.
I love Damian Daniels. Relentless. And then look at Mason. Just get it up on the glass. The lefties. Got 3 lefty guards in a lineup, starting lineup for the Wildcats.
The Golding family cheering on. Sons Kaysen and Chase in the house. Grew up Texas Longhorn fans, but sporting the purple, obviously here tonight.
He wants that allowance. Be careful, Chase. Dad is doing an excellent job. 6 minutes and 50 seconds left.
Again, this used to be a D2 program just a few years ago. It was announced back in 2012. They were headed to the D1 level. Their first season was the 2013-2014 season. And Miller looking to take on. Sims wrapping him up. Simmons with the pump fake, he'll go right at it.
I'm impressed with Sims. Jericho Sims has done a nice job.
Kai Jones getting tripped up. And another turnover.
It just seems like every trip down is a turnover for the Longhorns. 20 so far.
That's what Abilene Christian does. Best in the country in turning teams over 20 times now for the Longhorns. Miller sizing it up.
Some kind of way, take your time if you're the Longhorns. And Shaka Smart, find a way to get into the paint. You see the pressure's coming.
Here's Jones with the back down. That is your veteran move. That's your redshirt junior.
Fatigue right now for the Wildcats. They're walking it up, but also trying to play the clock game, possession game.
Daniels and Cunningham was just waiting for it. You need a bucket, go to one of your vets. Longhorns did that.
Well, you look at Jones, he's 6'4", going against the 6'4" Mason. No elevation defensively for Mason because of the ankle injury, and Jones knocks that one down.
Wildcats will want to chew up some time here. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Miller against Cunningham. And Cunningham, he's got the height advantage against Miller and against Daniels.
Brock is doing a nice job. Smaller guards, he's just using his lateral quickness, using his strength and his size just to wait for these smaller guards to try to put it up.
They got to put it up quickly. Mason does. Now it's Texas with a chance to take the lead. Off and running, Jones to Coleman for 3. And the lead, the advantage, and a kiss to boot to the Texas faithful.
Right now, trying to get some energy. I love the bench of the Longhorns. Good move by Mason. Corian Mason with the ankle injury, playing his heart out.
Tied again at 47.
Who can execute right now? Down the stretch on both ends.
6 lead changes, 3 ties in this game. Rimming out that time for Jones. And Abilene Christian will walk it up.
Let's see if they go to Coach Cole, give him a touch.
Daniels is determined. Persistence paying off.
Damian Daniels, he's had about 4 trips, driving it, getting it blocked, but he won't stop. The little fella, get in there, put your shoulder in, and finish.
I see the beauty in the little things. Spread love like a miracle.
March Madness, gotta love it. The second round begins tomorrow at noon Eastern on CBS. Loyola, Chicago, and Illinois at 5 p.m. Eastern on TNT, the NCAA Nissan tip-off show. 8 games across CBS, TNT, TBS, and True TV. Over 12 hours of coverage. And you're watching the 3-14 matchup in the East region. Abilene Christian in their second NCAA tournament appearance. Never has a win in tournament history, trying to upset Texas tonight.
Empty possession right there for the Longhorns on the offensive end. Now you see the Wildcats running their spread offense, just trying to take some time off the clock.
Yeah, salting away the seconds. 10 on the timer. Daniels, that one bucket, he is 1 of 9 tonight, by the way. And Mason, well off the mark.
Good defense by Andrew Jones. He was all over that, through the legs and a little bit of side step.
Here's Coleman. And Sims, they need a bucket. Trailing by 3. Now 10 to shoot.
Shot clock running down, and look how far the offense is starting.
Here's Ramey from beyond the three-point line. Kicks it out to Coleman from the corner. Rimming out. The rims not cooperating for Texas here tonight down the stretch. And a jump ball, it'll stay with the Longhorns.
Not at all. Good pass. Coleman had a good look, but look at Pleasant get on the floor. Andrew Jones get on the floor. Reggie Miller, and he was trying to get that timeout. Didn't get it.
2-minute and 34-second scoring drought for Texas. You continue to go to Coleman.
Yeah, I think right now, let me look at the lineup right now. I think right now that you got to find a way just to move the offense. Cole is out, so you don't have advantage running pick and rolls the way the bigs, which are really small for the Wildcats. They're sliding their feet.
Pump fake here from Jones, takes it all the way. He's off the mark.
Did you see the box out by Reggie Miller on Sims? Jericho Sims had nowhere to go.
And again, we're talking, you're looking at him. He's 6 feet, listed at $150.
Damian Daniels is 5'7", $140. Both guys have played their hearts out.
Oh, playing bigger than what they're listed at. The backcourt for Abilene Christian. Swinging it out to Miller from the corner.
That would have been huge for the Wildcats. Now, if you're Texas, leadership at that guard spot, you got to take over right now.
Here's Ramey. Running out of time here for Texas. What's he do with it? The 15-footer, high arcing shot, and that one pops out. No luck for the Longhorns.
We're checking for blood right now. And that is Courtney Ramey. Texas right now trying to show a little pressure. Fortunately for Courtney Ramey, look like the blood won't stop. Oh yeah. Oof.
Cunningham committing the foul. So stops the clock at 1:19.
Free throw contest right now for the Wildcats, seeing if they can knock down these free throws.
Both teams in the bonus. Abilene Christian with 3 timeouts left to Texas 2.
They shoot 67%, the Wildcats do as a team. And Reggie Miller, he shoots 63%.
A guy who has played and started every game this year, a senior out of Houston, Texas. 2 crucial free throws here. And Miller might have some blood on his arm. He's on his hand.
Pressure starting to mount up in this stoppage right now, and I can see Coach Smart trying to get his guys going, trying to get some energy. Long time left. They're only down 4. He is hyped, Lisa.
Paul Hippler, one of the seniors on this team. Daylight here for Texas. What can they do with it?
Gotta kind of score quick, take a good shot at that.
Oh, he dribbled off his foot.
That's
It's just in un-Matt Coleman-like fashion. 22 turnovers. It's a new season high for Texas tonight.
I mean, this has been tough for the Longhorns, this many turnovers. And the team is led by 3 guards.
And Coleman trying to get the jump ball, and he will get it, but Abilene Christian will keep it. This tournament is sometimes filled with off nights. And certainly credit this Wildcats defense. We know that they would be scrappy. We know that they would be in the face of Texas in the passing lanes. We know it would make it tough. But 47 points right now for a Texas team that averages 75 for the season. And he walks with it. So Daniels with a gift back to Texas.
Texas has to have a positive play right now. So many empty possessions for them.
And a timeout. Texas will have 1 timeout remaining. 1:09 left to play between the 3 seed and the 14 seed. Let's take a look at the Capital One rewarding performance. Really balanced performance by Joe Pleasant tonight.
Yes, indeed. 9.7 rebounds. Defensively, he's been all over the place. Had to switch out on a lot of guards. Made some plays down in the paint. As you can see, those 9 points have been huge. Only person in double figures for the Wildcats is Mason.
Only 3 players total in this game in double figures. Defense has dominated here for sure on this Saturday night. Under a minute to play. Jones looking to create something and draws the foul on Miller.
Miller was all over Jones. And Andrew did a nice job being able to stay poised with that pressure and get himself to the free throw line. He shoots 83%, Lisa, but these are different down the stretch. No matter what the percentage, good or bad, you got to knock these down under pressure.
His first free throws of this game. Remember, he was 10 for 10 from the free throw line in the Big 12 championship game against Oklahoma State. I think we got some more blood on the floor here. Right at the spot where Andrew Jones is stepping up. Look at that.
Right now, Andrew Jones has to think about this free throw.
While we wait on that, reminds you, you've never seen a prank show like this before. NBA superstar Blake Griffin is stepping off the court and helping real people prank the pranksters. Double Cross with Blake Griffin, all new tonight on True TV.
I love what Corian Mason is doing, Lisa. He's just pointing at spots everywhere with blood, trying to ice the free throw shooter. He's pointing everywhere.
The equivalent of the football coach kind of the timeout, right? Before the kicker kicks the field goal.
I love Daniels right now saying it's slippery. Let's wipe it up.
Now we need the broom.
There's Court. Ramey, boy, did he take a shot.
The sports staff, kudos to them, working hard.
Yes, indeed.
Crunch time for them, too.
Also huge right now. You can box out if the Wildcats, if this is a missed shot. Especially Sims on his side. Strength and ability to get up.
Clutch at the free throw line.
Very clutch by Jones after taking all that time.
And a timeout called. And we will take a timeout. 56 seconds left to play. What is March, Smitty? This is March.
It is, Lisa. Look at the emotions on the faces of everybody involved. You just pour out your heart and everything into these games. Just loving these student athletes, what they're doing today in this entire tournament, especially in this game. They have left it out on the floor. They are exhausted, but you have 56 seconds left to be able to advance for one of these teams.
Both teams in the bonus. 2 timeouts left for the Wildcats, 1 timeout left for the Longhorns. Plenty of time to work with. Miller brings it across.
Kai Jones at 6'11" has this assignment right now. Checking Reggie Miller because they're so small. Now they get matched up.
Now 6 to shoot. Miller getting tangled up, and he gave it up. Texas basketball.
What a possession defensively for the Longhorns. And you can see the emotions right now from everybody. This is intense. And here we go. 28 seconds left.
The shot clock not in play.
Guards have to take over. Your leader, Matt Coleman, make a play.
Here is Coleman. Gives it back up to his teammate, Jones, for the lead. Andrew Jones matching the moment.
Was that huge, Lisa? Matt Coleman breaks down the defense. Andrew Jones, feet set, shot ready, knocks it down. Huge three. And let's watch it, Lisa. Pick and roll. They slip the pick and roll. He gets the big. Get into the defense. Kick out. He's ready. On balance. He knocks it down. Sweet stroke. Watch the pass. Right in the pocket. Right in rhythm. Beautiful basketball.
And the reaction. Amanda Golding on the Abilene Christian side. The Wildcats, this is just their second NCAA tournament game in program history. This would be the biggest win in school history.
And I think right now, if you're the Wildcats right now, offensively right now, you want to get the basketball in first. After you get it in, you want to run a lot of motion and being able to drive the basketball and be able to kick. A lot of time left. And I think for them is they have the advantage of their quickness and speed. Let's see what kind of lineup that Shaka Smart comes out defensively. Yeah, it's a couple bigs in with Kai Jones and Jericho Sims. Let's see how they'll be able to match up.
Texas needs one stop. Abilene Christian needs one shot.
It's likely a high pick and roll.
Here's Miller. Now 5 on the shot. 5 on the timer. Miller, it's swatted away by Jones. And a foul committed with 1.2.
Reggie Miller drove this basketball extremely hard. Threw his body into Jones. Let's see where they see the foul. Oh no, it's on this one. I think it's on Coleman.
Yeah, it was on the putback. That's Coleman's 4th. And it sends Joe Pleasant to the free throw line. And Smitty, you and I were talking about Joe Pleasant is not the kind of free throw shooter that he is as a three-point shooter.
And we were earlier in this game, before this game, we were talking about it, looking at his stroke, watching him shoot the basketball. He shoots 47% from the field, or 48 from 3. And I just talked about it before the game. I said, I'm just scratching my head why he's not been able to knock down some free throws at a better clip at only 59%. We were talking to the radio guy from the Wildcats, and he said he knocked down some big free throws in high school in the state championship. This is on a bigger stage. We shall see, Lisa.
That's Grant Boone on the Abilene Christian side. The best three-point field goal percentage on the team and the worst free throw percentage on the team. He's got a chance to try to win it for the Wildcats. And what a story this would be.
What a job by Kai Jones on the drive, being able to block the shot. But after he blocked the shot, it fell right into Pleasant's hands.
And so Texas out of timeouts. And Shaka Smart, Smitty, got to prepare for a lot of different scenarios.
Yeah, I mean, 1.2 seconds left. If the Wildcats knock down both of these, he's trying to draw up a play right now for a long heave. Somebody can catch it, still enough time to get a shot up.
And the officials there at the monitor checking the clock. Game clock still at 1.2. The biggest moment in Joe Pleasant's career.
Interesting, he has stood on that line, not moved. Usually try to stay off of it and then walk up into it. He has not moved, and he is focused on the rim right now. Here we go, Lisa.
Tie game.
Boy, that looked good.
Like a 90% free throw shooter.
Beautiful stroke.
For the lead. No timeouts for Texas. Abilene Christian with the lead. Texas has got to go the distance.
Down both of them.
Brock Cunningham's going to take it out from the baseline. The baseball court pass. Believe the unbelievable. Abilene Christian with the biggest win in school history. The first NCAA tournament win in school history.
Lisa, the game ended on a turnover. 2 big free throws from a guy that shoots 59% and then a turnover. And that was the Achilles heel for the Texas Longhorns. 23 turnovers, 23 points off turnovers for the Wildcats.
Smitty, he's a 100% free throw shooter with 1 second left to go in the game.
Yes, indeed. What a game by these Wildcats. And they should celebrate. Brock threw this, Lisa, but it would look at Pleasant. He went up and got it, wanted it more, and the pass should have been a little bit more higher. I thought they should have threw something more closer to the rim with all these athletes.
Abilene Christian. They were just a Division I school in the season of 2013 to 2014. And the family reaction, the turnaround. They're a small school in Abilene, Texas, and not many know about the turnaround that Joe Golding has done for this school and this program, and the agony on the other side for Shaka Smart. They were playing some of their best basketball down the stretch, entering the postseason.
I mean, some of the stats right now, when I look at it, Lisa, 12 second chance points for the Wildcats, 0 for the Longhorns.
We will take a quick timeout. We'll be back to wrap it up after this.